Fox News loves to say America is watching, branding itself as a network for conservatives. You can see right here, they used to proudly show their primetime lineup on the wall of their building. Well, that image was taken down just a few days ago. Notice anything? Not only is Tucker Carlson missing, so is everyone else. What is Fox News embarrassed about? Who's going to get thrown out next? You see, this is not only an identity crisis at Fox, but it's another example of their shift left. And unfortunately, this has been going on for years. Joining me now, former mayor of New York City and former attorney for Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, thanks for coming on. You've been censored by Fox News. What's your reaction to what they did to Tucker Carlson?
I was expecting it. I was still shocked by it. Shocked by it because he's had like about a year to a year and a half of what I would consider historic and inspired journalism. I mean, we have a lot of great journalists on our side, and it takes a lot of guts to be on our side. To be on the other side, I don't know. You go to all the cocktail parties and they drink so much they probably don't even know what they're doing. But on our side, I mean, they do everything they can to destroy you. And he has, he's gone through that so gracefully. And I thought the piece on January 6th was so needed. And in a way, given all the pieces he had done in the last year and a half, he was doing about the credibility to do it. And I think that's what did him in. That last one has a deep state cabal behind it that is very, very dangerous. And it obviously includes Murdoch and the Post. They don't want Trump back. I mean, they decided that Trump was going to be gone, and dare he now try to challenge them. So the sad news is there isn't an awful lot to balance the mainstream media, and now we're one less, and that part isn't good news. The good news is how everything is becoming streaming, online. 5 years from now, it'll all be that way. So I expect to see Tucker with a bigger audience very, very soon on one of the maybe any number of online locations.
Yeah, and not so much about Tucker, and I think Fox probably didn't realize what they had or didn't realize the backlash. But again, you know, when you silence, when you censor, by the way, Tucker's probably in some sort of negotiation where he can't even talk about what happened, and that's what Fox wants, and that's how they win. The question is, who's next? I mean, and why are they doing it, Rudy, Mr. Mayor? Why are they pushing themselves towards the center or left?
They don't want Trump. I think this is everything we're going to see now for the next year and a half can all be answered by they don't want Trump back. Look how far they've gone already, Eric. People who would make up Russian collusion and pay him $1.1 million. People who would make up the whole Ukrainian story, the telephone thing. People who would hide the hard drive and then go ahead and write an absolutely phony letter and get 51 intelligence people to lie their backside off for it. I mean, what is it? What will they not do? These are people that will go to any lengths to stop him. So this is not a surprise. I mean, Tucker, it wasn't even so much that Tucker was that much for Trump. He had become that way. He was laying out the circumstances that show how incredibly crooked they are. I mean, they manipulated January 6th. They were more than willing to create the fiction of an American insurrection in order to get rid of Donald Trump. For that, you probably should be thrown out of the country. Yeah. I mean, the reality is they're talking about 6 people dead. Nobody's dead. They're talking about an insurrection, except an insurrection without a single gun and without a single person being charged with insurrection after 400 charges.
Yeah, and Mr. Mayor, I'm old enough to. I'm sorry.
Who knows what degree?
I'm old enough to remember when Fox used to embrace that and dig in and allow the host to dig into the stories and find. It was never don't say that or don't talk about that over there. It's dig in. Now it's like be careful what you say. You might get fired. If they can fire Tucker, they can fire everyone. I'm sure the rest of the hosts are going, uh-oh, I wonder what we can and can't do anymore. And they've clearly moved left, Mr. Mayor. I'd like you weigh in on your thoughts why the Pentagon would weigh in, patting Fox on the back for firing Tucker.
Well, the Pentagon has been disgracefully politicized. I mean, they've politicized the two departments that really just shouldn't be at all, and that is the Justice Department that's supposed to mete out justice equally, not differently to Democrats and Republicans, and the Defense Department that has a goal that is not political. It's overriding. It's defending the national security of Republicans and Democrats, but they've both been politicized. So there'd be no doubt they would look at it that way, and also probably very sensitive that they're undermining completely our military with what they're doing to train them. There have to be an awful lot of people in that military that are going along with this and saying to themselves, what are we doing? When were we taught that at West Point?
Yeah, I for one, would hope my military would be concentrating on, maybe, I don't know, China and Russia rather than what Tucker Carlson is saying or what the Fox is firing. Brian Kilmeade, who's tapped to sit in for Tucker this week, took a shot at Steve Bannon and said, yeah, you were fired by Trump. I mean, are they making it obvious that this Fox News group is just completely against the America First and MAGA crowd?
Yeah, it sounded to me like it's all-out war that they're engaging in, and that the desire to defeat him is going to be. I mean, they'd be like Democrats. They're going to do the Democrat personal attack, destroy people's reputation. I mean, I don't know. I actually can't tell you what motivates them to that degree. Look, I helped to get them on television in New York when Turner would not put them on. So I have a long history with Fox. It goes back to things that people don't even know about. And to see this happen, and I did it in order to have a bastion of free speech at a time in which there was no Fox, and there was no Newsmax, and there was no OAN, and there was no Eric Bolling and Don Bongino, and there are 1,000 more I could mention. I just used that as examples. But those didn't exist back then. And one guy, Roger Ailes, had the cojones to do it.
Yep.
And it
Mayor, I want the folks to hear the soundbite I was talking about where Kilmeade trashed Bannon. Listen.
For Steve Bannon to come out and criticize Fox, really? This guy got, I guess, fired from the Trump administration, and then I hooked up with another writer and just ripped Trump from limb to limb. Then he gets himself in legal trouble, and Trump pardons him, and now he's a Trump loyalist. So, to me, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He's got his timeline all mixed up. Mr. Mayor, final thought.
Yeah, well, that's a political attack. That's not a journalism. I mean, Brian is better than that. I don't know who put him up to doing that. But that's like a cheap political attack, not the analysis of a journalist. And Brian likes to think of himself as a journalist, and he should try to act like one.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani, always good having you on, my friend.